Hello. It's good to see you. Today we are going to be making an Easter themed wreath. It's actually going to have a Peeps theme, marshmallow peeps, the little shaped marshmallows that are covered with sugar. They come in different colors and stuff. So we're going to be doing a wreath with sort of a Peeps theme to it. And I'm really excited to show you all this stuff. I ended up collecting so many different things to include in this wreath. I think it's going to be kind of over the top and kind of ridiculous because I have so many different colors of mesh and I have so many different ribbons and things for this wreath. Oh my gosh, I'm really looking forward to seeing how it turns out. So for this one, we're going to use the sunburst technique again, which is my personal favorite. The only other one I ever really do is rolls, but for this one, I think I want the bundles to kind of stick out and be, big and fluffy. So I think the sunburst technique would be best. So I'm really excited to show you this stuff. But before I do, I have to show you this. Now, this was given to me by a subscriber several years ago. Yeah, she sent me this. I believe she was from England. She sent me 2 little wreaths that she made for me. And I have this one out right now. I have to show you. Look at this. This is the most adorable little thing. So this is just one of them. She made me 2. And this one, if you look at the decorative pieces on here, they are little crocheted or knitted little decorative things. We have flowers, a rainbow. This is like an acorn kind of, but it's a birdhouse. It has a little bird sitting on top and a mushroom. It's just so, I just thought this was so adorable and it's so colorful. Oh my goodness. I've been keeping this up in here because making 2 videos a day, I spend a lot of time in here. So I put it up in here so I could see it and enjoy it every day. It's so pretty. And then for the little handle or the piece where you hang it, we have this this pink piece of mesh. It's like wire ribbon, this sort of a mesh material. It's just so cute. Look at the little bee. It's just such a happy little wreath. I think it's just perfect for springtime. And I wanted to show you that before I got started because it is just so adorable. Oh my gosh. I just think it's so cute. I really love it. So again, this is going to be my Easter wreath. And I wanted to do something a little bit different. I didn't want to just do a bunch of pastels or whatever. I wanted it to have a theme to it. So I decided to go with a Peeps marshmallow theme. I'm not going to be putting actual Peeps in it. That would be kind of, like if it's warm, that could be pretty gross and you can end up with ants and so who needs that? So, and I thought about getting some of the small plush Peeps to put in there. Ultimately, I did not end up getting that though. I have a few things here to show you. Well, the mesh too. It's all kind of crinkly. So there are going to be some crinkles in here. I always try to point that out early because some people really don't like the cellophane crinkles. A lot of people like them. A lot of people don't. So I always want to point that out. This was the first thing I purchased here. I wanted some Peeps ribbon. And I found this on Etsy. This is from Southern Ribbons and More. And I bought this. So this has like the little chicks, the little marshmallow chicks there. And you can see it's a bunch of ribbon. Look at all this ribbon. Oh my gosh. Now there are different types in here. So you have the little chicks. And we also have this pretty chevron striped ribbon. It has all these pretty colors in it. So we have that. And you can just unroll it like this. We also have this ribbon in here that has little bunnies on it. It's like a whole army of little marshmallow Peeps bunnies. It's so colorful. Oh my gosh. So it's a lot. I probably won't end up using all of this because after I bought this, I found some other ribbon that I also wanted to include. I do think this is going to be a very ribbon heavy wreath. I think this is going to have a lot of ribbon in it because I have all of this. So we have 3 styles of ribbon here. And I found some more ribbon. Now this roll here, I bought this at Michael's a year or 2 ago. And I love the blue with the Easter eggs in it. I may use it, I may not. I I still want to do a wreath one day based on this ribbon right here because I love that blue. And then the other colors, you have like a yellowish green, sort of a dusty rose color. I want to do a whole, I may not use this. I looked for it previously and couldn't find it. And then I found it when I was looking for stuff for this after I had decided to do the Peeps themed wreath. And I might save this because I still want to do a whole wreath. If I could find some mesh, this kind of like this shade of blue. I don't know. I have an idea for it. I can see it in my mind, but I don't have the stuff I need to make it right now. So I may use some, I may not. Honestly, I really don't need to because I have more. Look at this. Oh, I love this one. I think I found this one at Joann Fabrics and Crafts. No, Hobby Lobby. This came from Hobby Lobby. And you have these pretty pastel stripes. They're kind of diagonal and little silver dots. This is a wired ribbon. I think it's 1.5 inches. Yeah, 1.5 inches. Now there's a lot on here. I probably won't use it all. But I was kind of looking for stuff that had the different Marshmallow Peeps colors. You know, you have pink, purple, yellow, blue. So I was I mean, they're like Easter colors, but I was trying to find ribbon and stuff that had the Easter Peeps colors in it. So I thought that one was really pretty. And this one I just thought was really cute with the little bunnies on it, and it says Happy Easter and has a little flower on it. Where did this one come from? I think this one did come from Joann Fabrics and Crafts. So it's an interesting color. It's just a nice pink. I like that. And then I found this one also at Joann Fabrics and Crafts with the happy little flowers on it. So it's like a white ribbon. I think it's 2.5 inches. Yeah, 2.5. So it has this wire and it has a white background and these pretty little flowers. I just thought it was really pretty. And finally, I have this happy little ribbon right here. Look at this pretty yellow ribbon with the flowers on it. Oh man. This one also came from Hobby Lobby, and it's 1.5 inches wide, and it's a wired ribbon, and I just thought it was really fun and pretty. After I bought this ribbon on Etsy, I was in Hobby Lobby like a week after I got it, and they had some identical to it, and it was half price. I don't care, it's fine. I am totally fine with what I have. But yeah, this is 3 different types of ribbons, so I have 3, 6, 7, 8 total ribbon choices. I don't have any super skinny ribbon for this wreath, but that's okay. I don't think it really matters. And then I have a decorative thing that's crinkly. I found these fun little speckled Easter eggs, these little pastel eggs. They are hollow plastic. We have these pretty colors like pink, blue, green, yellowish, and lavender. So they're very lightweight. I thought these would be cute little things to put in there. But don't worry, I have some decorative, because you're saying, why don't you need to put something in that looks like Peeps. I got that covered right here. I have a big lot of these little bunnies. They're kind of like the marshmallow bunnies, because you have the little chicks and you have the little bunnies. I found these on Amazon. I'm going to take one out and show you what it looks like. Okay, they do come in different colors. These are made of balsa wood. So they're pretty, but they're also extremely lightweight. I can make earrings out of these. They have a little hole up here. You could put them on a little earring. We have blue, pink, purple. These are so cute. We have like 2 shades of yellow. We have this lighter yellow and kind of an orangish yellow and sort of a teal color. They have tons of different colors of these little bunnies. So yeah, I found these on Amazon and they weren't much at all. And I have a bunch. I mean, I'm going to have plenty to go in this wreath. I mean, we could totally populate this wreath with little bunnies. I'm not going to totally cover it and use all the bunnies, but I think I have plenty to choose from. Gosh, it's like they're all different colors. Look at that. Wow. I wasn't expecting this wide of a variety of colors. That's wonderful, though. That's going to make the wreath even more colorful. And they also sent some twine, like if you wanted to hang these up, like make little ornaments out of them, you could do like an Easter themed little Christmas tree with these. And they're super lightweight. You see they're only painted on one side. Well, it won't matter for the wreath because you're only going to see this side anyway. They're so cute. Oh my gosh. Like, all these pretty colors. I didn't know they were going to come in that many colors, but I was very, very happy about that. So that's going to be like our primary decorative thing, but that's not the only decorative stuff. Well, let me show you the mesh before I get into the other decorative stuff. So for the mesh, I went through my stash. I have 2 totes in my attic that are full of ribbon and mesh and all kinds of things. And I did find some up there, and I also bought some. Most of this I already had, though. I have this pretty blue decorative ribbon. This came from Joann Fabrics and Crafts. This really pretty, it makes me think of a peacock. It's kind of a turquoise color. So we have this pretty blue, and you can get Peeps in this color. We have that, and this multicolored decorative mesh. This came from Dollar Tree. This was some I already had, and it has pretty stripes. You have pink, yellow, purple, yellow, pink, and then they're kind of separated by these silver stripes. So we have this pretty ribbon or mesh. I have a purple with a string sticking out of it. More decorative mesh from Dollar Tree. I bought a whole bunch of it one year. For some reason, I bought a ton of it. I don't know why I bought so much, but I had plenty left over, and that's where most of this came from. I think I bought it a couple of years ago. This one's actually left over from a Valentine's Day purchase. You can see the little hearts on the paper, and it's a pretty kind of like a fuchsia color. I thought that would look good. And also from Dollar Tree, I had this really pretty kind of a pale green. I really like it. And it has these super subtle little white stripes in there. So I thought that was really pretty too. It's just an interesting one. This was one I bought this year. This was one that I think they had out this year for Easter. And I had some yellow mesh up there. This was some I already had. Just a really pretty bright yellow mesh. It's really nice. Look at that. Yeah. And then finally, I really love this one. Look at this. I found this at Joann Fabrics and Crafts this year, not too long ago. It's just so pretty. Look at that. I've never seen any mesh quite like that. I love the combination of colors and everything. Look at that. It's perfect for this wreath. Oh my gosh. So those are going to be, it's going to be extremely colorful. It is going to be so colorful. Oh my gosh. And also at Dollar Tree, I found this. They had these little lights. Look at this. They're Peeps little lights. It's a bunny mini string light set. You're going to have 3.6 feet of LED lights, and you get a total of 10 of these little bunnies. And it has a little battery pack in it. Of course, you have to put your own batteries in there, but I thought it was the perfect size for this wreath, because here's how big the wreath form is. This is the one we usually use. So I thought this would be just about the right amount to go around here. And so you'll end up with 10 lights on the wreath. This wreath form is just like the ones from Dollar Tree. I was going to get some at Dollar Tree, and I hope it was just a one-time thing, but they had these in there, but they weren't put together right. And you see these little pieces here that hold these together. It was sticking way out here, and it was all messed up, and all of their wreath forms were like that. They were all messed up, and they just had these big pieces of metal sticking out everywhere, and they were very wobbly, like they weren't put together very well. I'm hoping it was just a bad batch and it's not going to continue like that. This one I found at Goodwill for $1.99 with their new merchandise. So, I mean, it's more, but at least it's not messed up and, like coming apart. It was really, all of the ones at Dollar Tree felt like they would, if you dared handle it at all, it would just come apart. So, I didn't get any of those. I grabbed a couple of these from Dollar Tree or from Goodwill. So it's $1.99, so it's still not that bad, but it's the exact same as the one at Dollar Tree, but it's not falling apart, and it doesn't have stuff sticking out of it. And then I found these pretty flowers. Wouldn't that make a pretty little bouquet? Look at that. I love the colors in here. It's so pretty, oh my gosh. So what I do is when I use flowers to decorate a wreath, and I kind of hate to break this one up. I almost want to put this in a little vase or something. It's so pretty. It's beautiful. But I will pull these away like this. And there's wire in there. There's plastic coated wire. And I take my little wire cutters and I just cut it. And I will glue them. I have a little hot glue gun. And I just glue them into the wreath wherever it looks like they should go. And it's just a pretty little embellishment for the wreath. But the colors were so pretty. I thought this was perfect. I thought this little bundle was just perfect. Now I don't know that I'll put them all in there, but I do think this wreath is going to be pretty over the top. I mean, some of the wreaths I do are a little bit more subtle. They're not quite so crazy, but I think this one might be kind of crazy. And I'm looking forward to it. I want to do one like that. The weather's kind of yucky outside, so I don't mind looking at something bright and colorful and pretty inside today. So yeah, so we're going to do the sunburst technique. Now, if you've never made a wreath before, any of the ones I have in my wreath, I have a playlist. It's like crafts and wreaths or something like that. Really, any of those wreaths would be a good one to start with because they're all kind of the same. They just have different themes to them. You could absolutely make this wreath. You could totally do it. You just need some supplies and you could do it. It would be a good one to start with. I'm going to show you how to make bundles using the starburst technique. It's so simple. Just think of little bow ties. We're going to be making little bow ties and then we're going to put them together in bundles. And to do that, we have our pipe cleaners. I'm trying to use up some of the pipe cleaners I have up in the attic. I have a bunch, and I want to try to use up the ones I have before I buy more. So for this one, I have a bunch of just plain white ones here, and I think I have more than enough. So I think we're just going to use just plain pipe cleaners. It doesn't really matter what color they are because once you get the wreath done, they're not really going to show. Really the only way you would see them is if you looked at the back side of the wreath, then you would see them. But if you're looking at the front, you're not really going to see them. So if you have some of these or chenille stems or whatever you want to call them, fuzzy sticks, each bundle is going to take 1/2 of one of these sticks. Now for a wreath like this, you're going to need a total of, I would say, 50 to 60 bundles. So you're going to need 25 to 30 of these little fuzzy sticks like this. I just cut them with my little wire cutters. And I think I have plenty of these in here to do it with, so I'm going to try to use those. If I don't have enough, I have a few. I have some pastel pink in here and green. I can mix in a few of these. I mean, you can use, if you just have a bunch of different ones, you can. But for me, it's just me. When I look at the back of the wreath, I want them to match, like they're all like green and red or blue and yellow or whatever. I want them to be uniform. It's just me. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. You can use whatever you have or whatever you can get. It really doesn't make any difference. That's just me. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up a little bit of this material, and then we're going to sit down together and I'm going to show you how to make bundles for this wreath. Okay, I have cut up some little pipe cleaners here. They're roughly cut in half. Oh, these are a little bit shorter. It doesn't matter as long as they're just basically half. So I have 6 of those. I've cut up my ribbon. Now I didn't measure it to make it exact. I try to make each piece about 9 inches long, but again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can measure them as you cut. There are different techniques for that. I just make it approximately 9. So I'm going to show you something special that I do with this ribbon that makes it look kind of cool. These pieces here, you can see they're just cut straight across, you know, like that. You can put them in your wreath like that if you want to, but I think this looks a little fancier. Look at that. Dovetailing. It's called dovetailing. Look at this pretty piece. I love this yellow ribbon with the flowers. So I've taken most of it and cut it to look like that, and I'm going to show you how to do that. It just takes a little bit of extra time, but I think it's totally worth it. And you can do this with any kind of ribbon. It doesn't matter. You want to take, like, say, this piece right here, and I will show you with all of these pieces what to do. This ribbon is really pretty too. I like that. So you're just going to take your piece of ribbon, you're going to fold it lengthwise. You don't have to crease it or anything. You don't have to put a crease in it. You just want to fold it like that, so that here's the fold here and here are the edges. And then you take just whatever scissors, it doesn't matter. You're just going to cut off that corner, and these little pieces will go everywhere. I keep a little trash can nearby to put all the little bits and pieces in. And look at that. So you go from having a straight edge to having this nice little dovetailed edge right here. And I do both sides because both ends of this ribbon are going to show in the wreath. And yeah, I do just keep a trash can nearby, because you get little bits of stuff everywhere. So look at that. See, I think that's really cute. And I think it just looks a little bit extra fancy in your wreath. Alright, so we have our happy little pink ribbon here with our bunnies and our flowers. Just says Happy Easter. So again, you fold it lengthwise like this. Whatever scissors you're using, you just cut that corner. You do get, this ribbon is particularly bad about making a mess. Usually I just cut these right over a little trash can. So all of the bits just go straight into the trash can. So look at that. Okay, so again, look at this fun little ribbon here. This is so cute. So you take it again and fold it lengthwise like that. And it does take a little longer, but I think it looks so much better in the wreath. So here's the fold. You just cut that corner off. See? It's so simple. And again, you can do this with any kind of ribbon. It doesn't matter. Even if it has a wire in it, you can still do it. So this was our pink ribbon here. Look how nice that looks. And you just have your little bits, and I just keep my trash can nearby. Here we have the chevron stripe. Now this one was cut with like little pinking shears. This was the end of the piece of ribbon. I didn't do that. But you're just going to take it again, just fold it lengthwise. Just hold it. You don't have to crease it or anything. Cut that corner. That would cut a little crooked, but it doesn't matter. One thing I like about these wreaths is not much about it has to be exact. You just get it close enough. Look at that. So, this is the widest ribbon that I have for this wreath. This is that 2.5 inch wide ribbon with the little flowers. It's really cute. And it does have wire in it on the edges. Doesn't really matter for this wreath though. I just bought it because I liked it. Again, you're going to fold it lengthwise. Here's the fold. and you just cut that corner, and you can cut right through that wire. Ta-da! So you go from having this plain straight edge to having this nice little dovetailed edge. Just looks extra fancy. And depending how deep you want that V to be, you can cut it more this way. You can adjust how deep you want it. It's up to you. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It's just whatever you think. Okay. We have a nice little collection of ribbon here. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, we are now ready to start making bundles. Now see, when you unroll the mesh, it's going to look a little different. You can sort of see the stripes in there, but it's not super obvious. That's okay. So to make a bundle, we have our mesh. I've taken the mesh, and again I've cut these into pieces that are approximately 9 inches in length. You can take a sturdy piece of cardboard and measure it to 9 inches, cover it in duct tape, and wrap the mesh around and then cut at the ends. You can do that way. I just cut it one piece at a time. It's just the way I've always done it. So to do the starburst technique, we're not going to worry with the ribbon just yet. We're going to start out with the mesh. You want to take a piece of mesh, and I think for each bundle we're going to use 4 pieces of mesh, and we're going to pick 4 different pieces for every bundle. So each one won't be exactly the same. So you take your mesh, grab opposite corners here, like this. You don't want to handle it too roughly because this mesh is quite delicate. The more you handle it, the more likely it is to kind of start coming apart and fraying, and we don't want that. So you take your opposite corners, pull it just a little bit. You want to keep that tension in there. Hold on to it. Walk your fingers in. Take these corners. You're just going to start rolling it like that. And pinch it. And see, now it looks like a little bow tie. You will get these little pieces everywhere. That's why it's good to have a trash can around. So if I let this go, it's going to go back to the way it was. So you got to hold on to it. You got to keep tension on it. You can use a clothespin, a chip clip, whatever you want to hold this. I just put it between my fingers like that while I'm preparing the other pieces. And it may feel a little awkward at first, but the more you do it, you just kind of get used to it. It's not that big of a deal. So let's get another piece. I have a blue piece. And again, we're going to take it and grab opposite corners, pull it, roll it together in the middle. Another little bow tie. Look how sparkly that is. Lay it with the other one, hold them. Now I've got 2 between my fingers here. That green and white one and the blue one. These 2 wanted to come together. Sometimes these pieces stick to each other. Well, we'll use that one in a minute. Right now we have this kind of a lavender piece. Opposite corners, give it a little tug. Roll it together in the middle. Put it here. Look at these pretty colors. Alright, so right, 1, 2, 3. We need one more. You can do as many pieces as you want in your bundles. You can kind of play around with it and figure out what works for you. With this Dollar Tree mesh, and this is all Dollar Tree mesh, it's not as firm and it's not going to be as thick when you bundle it, so you can actually use more pieces. The better quality mesh, like you get at Michael's or somewhere like that, you will find it to be more stiff, and it's working with it is a little different. You can definitely feel the difference in the quality. And if you have 4 pieces of better quality mesh, it's definitely going to be a thicker bundle than this right here. So it's just up to you to figure out how you want to work with it. So this is that striped piece. Take the opposite corners, hold them, roll it together in the middle, put it on top. Now we have our 4 pieces here. We're still holding them, don't let them go. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of ribbon on top of that. Let's go with this one. I'll do this one here and this one. Put put these together like this. Like that. And now, this is the part that takes a little practice. It's not hard. You can do it. It's just a little tricky. After you do it a few times, you'll be a pro at it. So I'm holding everything here. You take your half of a pipe cleaner. You want to lay it across there perpendicularly like that. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the ends here and bending them down. And we're going to be twisting them together on the underside here. This is the top. This is the side that will present on the front of the wreath. This is the back side. So, here's how I do it. Got everything in my hands here. Flip it like this, kind of just turning it this way. This hand is going to hit here. Push this under. Push this over. Transfer. Grab these here. Got them here. This hand has a hold of everything, and this has a hold of this. Now you're going to take that whole bundle and fold it in half. You can squeeze it. You're not going to hurt it at all. I pinch it right here a little bit. Take these two ends, twist them together at least 3 times, and then you can let it go. There, like that. You can kind of fluff it out at this point if you want to. Or you can wait until we attach it to the wreath form and fluff it out then. It's up to you. That's our first bundle. That's one. Now we're going to need 50 to 60 bundles for this wreath. So that's the first one. Let's make another one. We have this fun mesh. I've never worked with this mesh before. It's really pretty. I found this at Joann Fabrics and Crafts with their Easter crafting supplies. This is not something they have all the time. I just thought it was really interesting. We're going to do it the same way though. Take the opposite corners, pull it a little bit. Then you're just going to kind of roll it together in the middle. Oh, it does just fine. Look at that. Yes, you will get little pieces everywhere. That's just the way it goes. Then I have a pink piece of mesh here. Grab the opposite corners like that. And you're going to roll it together in the middle. And the more you do it, the faster you get. So we have our 2 pieces here. About a yellow piece. Look at this. Opposite corners again. Thing on it. And then you roll it together in the middle. Put it there. Like that. Well, these are pretty together. Like that. I want to add a blue one to it. So you take the opposite corners again. Roll it together. Put it on top. And you do want to make sure you hold it. You can do this big old wide piece. Look at this. Put that on top. You can do as much ribbon or as little ribbon as you like. It's totally up to you. I have my little bunnies here. Let's put that up there. I'm still holding it. Grab one of your pipe cleaner halves. Put it across here. Now you do have this wider ribbon, but don't worry, it's okay. It won't affect anything. Flipping it this way a little bit. Hitting here. Here. Fold it in half. Pinch it together. Twist it on the underside. And then let go. There's bundle number 2. This is going to be a very colorful, ribbon dense wreath. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, you just kind of, I like to kind of tidy up as I go. That's just me. I have another piece of mesh. We're going to do another one. And I'm just mixing and matching these colors of ribbon or these mesh colors. You could do each bundle in a solid color or just 2 colors. Whatever you think looks good. that's the way you should do it. There are really no rules. I mean, you could do, and I've done wreaths before just in a solid color and then decorated with stuff. There's no right or wrong way. Whatever way you want to do it, that's the right way to do it. I'm going to take another one of these. These are pretty. Pull it a little bit on the corners. Roll it in the middle. Place it there like that. I have my cut up pieces over here. I'm just reaching for them. Here's a yellow one. This one came with it. So we'll add that one too. Opposite corners. Yeah, I'm just mixing and matching these. But you can do it if any way you want to. You don't have to do it this way if you don't want to. There. Okay. Where's that pretty yellow ribbon? Yeah, look at that. Oh, it's nice. Put it there. And we'll do our Happy Easter ribbon too. Again, place our pipe cleaner across the top. It's funny, sometimes when I'm explaining how to do something, I forget how to do it. Stopping to explain it, like my brain doesn't just automatically do it anymore. It's weird. It's kind of like if you've ever noticed if you're sitting somewhere typing something, you're fine until somebody watches you and then all of a sudden you can't type anymore. Or is it just me? I don't know. When I know there's somebody standing behind me watching me, I seem to lose the ability to type. It's weird. Okay. So there is our, what is that, our third bundle? I want to show you one more. We'll do one more bundle, and then I'm going to show you how to attach them to the wreath. The good thing about this technique is that you don't have to use any hot glue or anything to attach these to the wreath. We're going to be using the pipe cleaner that holds the bundle together to attach them to the wreath, so it's very simple. Okay, got my light green and white mesh again. I kind of like it. It's very subtle. Opposite corners, give it a little tug. We're just stretching it out a little bit. Roll it together in the middle. Hold it here. Got this blue, opposite corners. And the more you do this, the faster you're going to get at it. You'll get to where you can do these so fast. Have this pretty pink. Opposite corners. Roll it in the middle. Place it there. And this mesh wants to stick to everything. I have my striped mesh, opposite corners, roll, place. There's a little string on there. Okay. What ribbon should I use now? Let's do another one of these. I don't know, I think I did one of these already. We'll do that in the little chicks. So you place your little pipe cleaner on it, pull it down, fold it in half, twist it together on the underside at least 3 times. So you're going to have these little pieces sticking out. Open it up. Right there we have it. So we have 4 bundles here, and I'm going to show you how to attach them. Here we have our wreath form. Now I have removed the tag from it, the little price tag. There's a front and a back to this wreath form, and it's kind of hard for you to see it. This is the back that we're looking at right now. It's concave. It kind of goes like this, you know, like it's going to bow out on the front. If you're looking at the front, it's convex. It's going to go this way, kind of bows out. We will be looking at the back of the wreath form when we're attaching our bundles. And so this is the back side right here. And this is the underside of the bundle with the little pieces of the pipe cleaner sticking out.
Now we're only going to be attaching stuff to these two pieces here. We're not going to attach anything here or here, just these two. You take your piece here. You're going to have the two ends of that pipe cleaner straddle those two wires right here. Bring them up and just twist them together 2 or 3 times. Tuck in the ends. And then we take another one of our bundles. We're going to do the same thing. Take your two ends of your pipe cleaner. Have them straddle those two wires. Twist the ends together. And then you have these two little ends poking up and they're kind of sharp. So I like to take them and just kind of tuck them down a little bit so they're not sticking up. So there's no risk of them poking you when you go to handle the wreath. Here's our third one. And I'm just putting them all together. You can distribute these any way you like. I just wanted to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. Again, you take the two ends and straddle these two wires, twist them together, and then tuck the ends kind of down a little bit. And here's a fourth one. You just grab those ends, bring them up, twist them together, and tuck the ends down. Now we're looking at the back side of this wreath. Let's see how it looks on the front. There. Now it may not look like much right now. It's kind of floppy and you're thinking, what is the big deal? Yeah, it's colorful, but so what? The sunburst technique is going to kind of, you see how the ends kind of stick out like that, just kind of wee. It's like a sunburst, you know, it has just sort of seems to go out everywhere. That's what this wreath does. And we haven't even decorated it yet. Adding decorations does even more. Now these wreath forms have 6 sections. You can see these little pieces here that hold them together. You're going to have 6 segments going around it. For each one of these segments, you're going to need 8 to 10 bundles to fully fill it up. So that's why I say it's going to be 50 to 60 bundles total for your wreath, for a 14-inch wreath form like this one. Alright, I'm going to keep making bundles, and I'm going to keep adding them. And then we will come back, before we decorate it, we'll come back and see how it looks.
Okay, I got the wreath all ready except for the decorating part. I haven't done that yet, but I ended up not using as much ribbon as I originally thought I was going to do. I did probably 1/3 of the bundles with no ribbon at all because it was really starting to get to be a bit much to have ribbon in every bundle. But look how it turned out. It has all the Peeps colors in it, basically. I mean, it is just, whoa. Now, if you look at the back, you can see I just used plain white pipe cleaners, and the wreath itself ends up being a lot larger than the wreath frame. It goes way out like that. So I ended up with about 50, I think I had 55 bundles in here. So about, you know, a little bit more than 50, but not quite 60. I've had as many as, there was one wreath where I had like 65 bundles in it for some reason. I think it was because I was using all Dollar Tree mesh and it's very thin. And I don't know, that's just how it worked out. But here you can see all the pretty ribbon in it. I have all the different types of ribbons sticking out and all the different colors of mesh. I think it turned out really nice. It definitely makes me think of Peeps. And now I'm going to take this and add in all my little decorative pieces. We have our little wooden bunnies, we have our flowers, our plastic eggs, and the little Peeps, the lights, the string of lights. I'm going to add that in there, and then we'll come back and see how it looks all finished. Okay, I got it all done. Now we normally don't put lights in these wreaths, but I had a fun time getting these in here. Now I put in the lights before I added any of the decorations. I figured it would be easier to do. And although it was a little over 3.5 feet long, the string of lights, I had to wind it in kind of close to the center to get it to go all the way around. But I did that, and then I added the flowers and the little Easter eggs and the little bunnies. It is so cute. Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, I love this. Now you can't really see the lights so much. I mean, you can see that it's lit up, but you can't see that it's a little peep unless you like look right at it. But I think the colored lights add a lot to it though. That's actually super cute. And then to find the eggs, it's kind of like a little Easter egg hunt because they're tucked in there everywhere. And all the flowers. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I actually really like it. And I have my little bunnies. They are sticking up and sticking out everywhere around here. Look at all that. Now for the battery pack for the lights, I came around back. I just put it on the back here, and I used half of a pink pipe cleaner to attach it, and then I put the little batteries in there. It doesn't have a timer on it. I kind of wish it did. It's either on or off, so you would have to remember to turn it off. But it was just so cute. I'm very happy with how it turned out. People ask me a lot, why don't you make wreaths and sell them online? Because like this wreath right here took me it took me 4.5 hours to make this, start to finish. It's a lot of time. I have probably, all told, probably at least $40 worth of material in this wreath. So if you're looking at, say, $40 of material and just say 4 hours of my time, I mean, and then shipping if you sell it online, you're looking at, it would be a pretty hefty price tag I would have to put on a wreath to make a profit on it. And most people are not going to want to pay that. Plus, I don't want to do wreaths that often. I really only want to make a few a year, like maybe 3 or 4 a year. So, I don't have any desire to like make a bunch and sell them online because it really wouldn't be worth my time. So, and I don't want to do it that often anyway. So that's why I just wanted to answer that question, because I get that question a lot, and I do appreciate it. You like my wreaths and it's so pretty. You could make money selling those. Not really. I mean, unless somebody wanted to pay like $100 for it. I mean, I wouldn't really make any money. So, but anyway, I love this. So when I do make them, I either give them away or I sell them for charity online. I'll sell them for a charitable organization or something like that. This one I'm going to give to the little thrift store to sell because I love them and they're so great, and all their money goes to local charities. So I've given them several of my wreaths to sell in their little thrift store so they can make a buck or two and donate it to the local charity. So that's probably what I'll do with this one too. It's so colorful. I love all these pretty colors in here. And I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about the lights, but I really like them. I think it adds a nice touch to this wreath. So yeah, I like all of it. I think it's really cool. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed getting to see this Peeps-themed Easter wreath today. I had a lot of fun making it. And thank you so much for being here. I really hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you again really soon.